Let's take a look at the lights on the car. So this car is a Peugeot 208. Your settings for your lights may not be exactly the same as this, so you will need to have a look at those. So on my car I have automatic. So what that does is it senses when it gets dark and it will then turn the lights on for me, which is really helpful. I've got the next setting on here, which is for side lights. So side lights would be used when you're driving sort of dawn and dusk, when it's not dark but it's not fully light. So you could use that to drive when dipped headlights aren't absolutely necessary, and also you'd use your side lights if you were parking your car up in a road that wasn't street lit, that was over a 30 mph speed limit, just to illuminate your car a little bit more of your parking. So this setting here, which is the bit at the bottom here, is for dipped headlights. Now if I turn that off and then show you on the dashboard, can you see there where I've turned on the dip headlight ray? Okay, so dipped headlights are used in poor visibility, so if it's raining, if it's night time, fog, snowing, okay, so you could use it for that. Now one of the questions on the driving test that you could get is show me how to put your headlights from dipped headlights to main beam, and tell me how you would know if it was on main beam. So you'd have to have dipped headlights on to operate any further lights like main beam or fog lights, and to get this one to main beam you would pull that towards you, and on my car you pull it again to turn it off, but you might have one where you pull it and then push it, so you'll have to see what it does on your car. Let's go back to my display. So that's what it looks like when it's on dipped headlights, and that's what it looks like when it's on main beam. Now you most probably won't be able to see very well, but if I just show you on the hedge opposite, when it goes to main beam, can you see that slightly light up? I can, but I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Okay, let's come back down to here. So the other one is a question which you could have is show me how to put on your rear fog light and tell me when you would use that. So if it was foggy when you were driving, you'd have your dipped headlights on. But if your visibility reduced to less than 100 meters, so think of that sprint at school, which that was my worst vision ever, but the 100-meter sprint, so think of the start line, think where the finish is. If you can't see further than that finish line, you need to put on, or you can put on, your rear fog light. But you'd have to have your dipped headlights on first because it's foggy. And the rear fog light on mine is here, and if I move it up one, it will go to turning them on, and if I turn it off, it comes down. Now I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little squiggle, and that squiggle is sort of showing you a symbol of what the fog would be. Okay, so if we go back to my display again, so that's the dipped headlight, and when I turn on the rear fog light, can you see that? So first of all, the light's facing the other way, but you can most probably see the little squiggly line. That's me turning it off again. That's me turning off the dipped headlight. So flashing headlights. So we showed you earlier how if you have the dipped headlights on and you want to drive with main beam on, that you would pull it towards you and it actually stays on. But when you haven't actually got the headlights on, when you pull it, it doesn't actually lock on, so it will just flick straight back. So it will flash the headlights to on the front of the vehicle. Now when I do that, this is what happens on my display. So you can see it on, but it's not staying on like it did earlier. So it's to warn of your presence, but over the years a lot of people are flashing headlights to say, hey, you can go, which isn't the correct use, but that's how a lot of people read it now, and you have to be very careful because somebody could use it for the correct reason, which is to warn of the presence, and that they're not saying that you can go at all. So the highway code says use it like the horn to let people know that you're there. So I'll just give you an example. You might be driving along maybe on a dual carriageway, something like that, and a vehicle might come up from behind and might flash the lights at you, and they might flash the lights at you. You might be in the left lane and they're just saying to you, hey, I'm here, just to let you know, and they might do that just before they're about to go past you, because they might be worried that maybe that you're going to change to the lane next to them, next to you, which is the one that they're intending to move in. That's just a little example of when you would would use it. And to be honest, for the correct reason of using it, you most probably find that people don't use it that often. But like I say, look at the highway code, read what the rules are for the flashing of headlights. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like and subscribe to see some more learner driver videos to help you along your journey.